Hi everyone, and welcome to Friday Maker Night at the Ajax Public Library. My name is Carly, and I am so excited to have you guys back here today. So I'm wondering how everyone is enjoying their September so far. Are you excited to be back to school? Are you a little nervous? Does anybody miss the summertime? I know I do already. Well, today for Friday Maker Night, we're kicking off September with a program called Wandering in Wonderland, and it's all about the story of Alice in Wonderland. So that's a story about, in case you haven't read it or seen the movie, that's a story about a girl who follows a strange rabbit down a hole, and she ends up in a really weird place where everything is different. There are talking cats and talking playing cards and an evil queen of hearts and lots of cool, strange things. So we're making some crafts today that are based on the characters from that book. Our first craft are some white rabbits. I'll show you here what I've done. So this is the rabbit that I made. You can see I just took a paper plate and I glued a pink pom-pom into the middle of the plate for his nose. You can also use a button instead, or you can just draw one. I drew some rabbit teeth under the nose, and I drew on some eyes as well. But you could also glue on googly eyes or eyeball stickers if you want to. And for the whiskers, I cut 2 pipe cleaners into 3 pieces and just taped them on either side. And then I drew some rabbit ears on a sheet of paper and cut those out and taped them to the back. Another thing you can do with this craft is if you have a cotton ball on hand or a white pom-pom, you can stick that to the back of your plate to be the tail. But I thought I'd just keep things simple and just give them a face. So that's our first craft. The second craft we're doing is called a Cheshire Cat Bookmark. So the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland is a cat that has a great big smile and always knows where Alice, the main character, should go. So he's maybe a good person to keep track of your books for, or your page in your book for you. So we're doing some bookmarks that look a little bit like him. So to make these, you're going to need 3 popsicle sticks. You can see I've got 3 here. And you're going to stick them together using painter's tape. So in our instructions, it says to do that by making an X. But if you're using skinny popsicle sticks like me, you should only need 1 strip, really, to hold them together. Then you can draw the face of your cat on a separate sheet of paper, give him a big smile and nice eyes and whatever else you want to decorate him with. Cut that out and stick it to the top of your bookmark so that it'll poke out when you put it in a book. I also gave mine 4 paws on the front where his paws would go, but you can also write a message if you want to or do anything you like. And of course, the cat needs a tail. So I cut off a piece of yarn that kind of matched the color I was using, and I taped that to the back. And now I have a lovely smiling bookmark. Our next craft is a playing card soldier. So there are some soldiers in the book that look like playing cards that guard the Queen of Hearts palace. So we're going to make some of our own. Here's mine. Now it's important before you do this craft that if you're going to use a real playing card, you get permission from your family to make sure that you're not taking a card that they need to use to play games with the deck of cards. The Joker is probably a good pick. That's the one I use because it's not really used in most games, but it's still important to get permission. So yes, to make this, I took a playing card and then I took 4 pieces of paper and I accordion folded them. So that means you fold back and forth until you get this accordion shape. I also cut out a shape and put it on the top to be the face. Now normally in the instructions it says to go with the suit of the card that you pick. So that means if I pick a club, I'd make a club shape. If I picked a spade, I'd make a spade shape. If I made a heart, I'd make a heart shape. And of course, this is the diamond. The Joker card doesn't actually have a suit, so I just picked one that I thought had a nice shape. I'll give you one more look at him before I put him away. All right. And our last craft for today is a paper chain caterpillar. So in the story, Alice meets a caterpillar who's a little bit unfriendly and a little bit confusing, but he wants to know who she is, and he asks her a riddle. So I thought we'd make our own caterpillars that are maybe a little more friendly. You might have made paper chains with us before. It's really easy. You cut out a strip of paper, you make a circle out of it and tape the circle shut. You cut out another strip of paper, you poke it through your first circle, and then you make a second circle and tape that shut, and you just keep going and going until you have a length that you think is long enough. For a caterpillar, of course, you do need a face, otherwise it'll just look like a paper chain. So I drew a face on a separate sheet of paper and then cut that out and glued it on as well. Yeah, so we've got a couple of weird and wacky creatures that you can make for yourself this time. I would love to see how they turn out. Please feel free to share your results with us by tagging the Ajax Public Library on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We always love seeing what you guys make. Also this week, we have an activity for you guys to try. And that also relates to playing cards. So it's good that you don't take a card that you need from the deck, right? So what we're suggesting this week is to teach each other a new card game in your family. You can have each person pick one to teach someone else, or you can all pick one as a family to learn together. So the PDF that we provided has a link to the rules to 3 games called Go Fish, War, and Crazy Eights. You might have played those before, you might not. You can also ask each other to teach one another card games that you already know the rules to instead of using our rules, or you can make one up all on your own. But it's a great thing to try out as a family because you can talk to each other while you play, it's a little bit different every time, and it's something to help you all spend time together, which is always a good thing. The PDF also has a book list for you to check out. So that has both some physical books and some ebooks for you. And all of those are available through the Ajax Public Library. We definitely encourage you to check it out. We have both the actual Alice books by Lewis Carroll. So there is more than one, actually. There's a sequel to Alice in Wonderland called Through the Looking Glass, which we have both physically and online. And we also have some books that were inspired by the story for all different ages. So please do check that out as well. Okay. Oh, and yes, to find the PDF, just go to our website, which is ajaxlibrary.ca, and look for Friday Maker Night under today's date on the program calendar. There will be a link that says Wonderland. It's very easy. So that's it for now. Please do come back on September 25th for our next Maker Night. That's going to have a science theme. It's going to be lots of fun. Everything we do is going to be some kind of science experiment where you get something at the end. So we'll be making our own bouncy balls and even our own candy, just using stuff we have around the house. So I hope you can make it for that. Really looking forward to seeing everyone. Until then, stay safe and have fun making. Bye for now.